It's 5 o'clock on this Friday evening, October the 16th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, October 16th, 2020. The time, 5 o'clock. Now, temperature is 62 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening is more people watched Biden on ABC than Trump on NBC, MSNBC, and CNBC last night. Lynn Clitcott said Trump will reverse FEMA denial of emergency aid for California fires. Trump's comments on conspiracy are celebrated as was the biggest pitch for cannon he's ever seen. French kill man after fatal knife attack in the street. U.S. budget gap tripled to a record $3.1 trillion in fiscal 2020, Treasury said. Republican National Committee files the Federal Election Commission complaint over Twitter ban on Hunter Biden articles. Michigan bans open carry of guns at polling location on Election Day. Vladimir Putin proposes extending U.S.-Russia nuclear treaty for a year. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu plans to sue Massachusetts U.S. Supreme Court over taxation of remote workers during the pandemic. Governor Whitmer kidnapped a plan before Trump's Liberate Michigan treat, FBI said. Boris Johnson warned the UK must prepare for no-deal Brexit. U.S.-China's hawks drive blind policies after Trump turns on Beijing. Japan to release Fukushima's nuclear wastewater into sea. Thailand king faces protests at home, legit questions abroad. Massachusetts taking 4 more states off the travel order list. Beirut, Lebanon. Year after protests broke out against the government in Lebanon, activists have raised hope for a change in shaking the political leadership, but not enough to bring down the ruling elite. Trump National Security Advisor confirms U.S. troop withdrawal in Afghanistan. Palestinians warn of apartheid in Israel with new settlements. Putin proposes 1-year extension of nuclear arms treaty. The World Health Organization said it has found the drug remdesivir and 3 other medications have little nor effect on patients in hospitalized with COVID-19. The government of Mexico says U.S. authorities arrested a former Mexican defense minister on drug charges at an airport in Los Angeles. The U.S. budget deficit has tripled to $3.13 trillion in fiscal year 2020, mostly due to economic rescue legislation in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump National Security Advisor confirms U.S. troop withdrawal in Afghanistan. Pfizer said COVID-19 vaccine won't be ready before mid-November. The HIV epidemic in the 1980s and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic are very different, but the two share some similarities related to public health response, Dr. Anthony Fauci said. Presidential campaign of former Vice President Joe Biden raised a record $383 million in a month of September, topping the Trump campaign haul by $135 million. Retail spending last month grew by about 2% in a positive economic sign and made a significant rise in the COVID-19 cases nationwide. The Commerce Department said in a monthly report on Friday. Meanwhile, the U.S. COVID-19 cases surged by 63,000, the steepest one-day spike in 2 months. Taking a look at some local news. Grand jury seeks Mashpee Tribe's Taunton Casino documents. In Mashpee, U.S. Attorney Andrew Lilling's office sent the third subpoena to the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe last month. This time demanded records that concern the relationship between the tribe's game authority. Cal South Family Fun Center reopens for skating and arcade as well. The center officially reopened in public on October 9th. They celebrated its feet with a grand reopen skate on Wednesday. We caught up with the teachers at the elementary, middle, and high school levels to talk about how they're making online learning work for students during the coronavirus pandemic. 5th Norfolk State Representative candidates meeting in virtual form. Meanwhile, Pfizer says coronavirus vaccine could be ready for FDA review by the end of November. Futures climb on vaccine hopes beat retail sales data. Looking at stocks now, up 112.11 at 2606.31. And SP 5 up 47 cents at 3483.81. And Nasdaq down 42.31 at 11671.55. Coronavirus transfers both teams in an ill-fated hockey game. Oxygen supply system Russian module fails, but the crew is okay. Natural fist bump and acid to reveal their solar system secrets. Weird venomous caterpillars that look like walking toupees are invented in Virginia. Drug may extend ALS patients' lives by several months, study finds. Breast cancer survivor research, serious scary symptom that led to diagnosis at 22 years old. It was awful. States face party deadline from CDC to submit plans to distribute coronavirus vaccine. And doctors search for treatments for COVID-19 long haulers. Alabama's Nick Saban could coach against Georgia despite positive COVID-19 tests this week. And 3 college career plays here for Houston Nails was a walk-off homer in Game 5. Peter Challenger's on 5:07. Time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check on this rainy Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Baby! On the MBTA subway system looking good on the ferries. Repairs to the Hingham dock have been completed and the Hingham ferry service will resume tomorrow, which is today, Friday, October 16th. And on the commuter rail, Fitchburg Line train 420 to 50 p.m. from Watt-Tristles operating 15-20 minutes faster between Belmont and North Station and Fitchburg Line train 415 3:30 p.m. from North Station is operating 5 to 10 minutes faster between Shirley and Watt-Tristles. Lowell train 339 4:40 p.m. from North Station is departed. North Station is operating 5 to 10 minutes faster. And the Providence Line train 826 4:05 p.m. from Providence is now operating near schedule between Sharon and South Station. Okay, take a look at highways and byways in New England on this Friday evening. '91 on the southbound side, a little bit slow between Middletown and Meriden, Connecticut stretch. 84 both ends is back to bound in Newtown, Connecticut. Mercury eastbound slow between Stamford down to New Haven. 95 northbound side slow between Stamford down to Milford. And 95 on the southbound side slow between Pawtucket and Providence. And 95 northbound side slow on downtown Providence. 95 southbound side slow between Sheridan and Mansfield. 24 southbound slow to 128 Canton. And then hit back in between 495 to the 140 in the random Taunton area. 495 southbound side slow between 24 and 44 in the random middle area. 3 in the southbound side slow between Braintree down to Marshfield. South Expressway both ends expected between Boston down Braintree. 128 to both ends back between Randolph all the way down to Braintree split. 128 to both ends back between Waltham down to Weston. Masspike westbound so between Weston and Natick, and Masspike eastbound so between Natick all the way down to the Newton area, and 93 on both ends and downtown Boston backed up. 128 on the northbound side, so between Burlington down to Peabody. 3 on the northbound side, so on the Billbreaker down to Kingsburg, and 93 on the northbound side, so on Lawrence, Massachusetts, and 495 on the northbound side, so between Westford down to Lawrence. 290 westbound, so on the Worcester area. Pike westbound also on Auburn, Massachusetts, and 91, Buffins back line, Route 57 in Springfield, Mass. And set to the Western Mass Highway South, Lincoln, and 146 on the northbound side, those for Buckstone, Massachusetts, and 93 on the northbound side, those for Londonderry, New Hampshire, and every trip back of the northbound side, so the Nashville, New Hampshire. Spotted trip back a little bit slow between Portsmouth down to Dover, New Hampshire, and 95 on the southbound side, so the Kittery, Maine. 295 on the northbound side, little so on the Portland, Maine, and 93 on the northbound side, little so on Cork, New Hampshire, and 93 southbound side, so the Tilton, New Hampshire, and 295 on the northbound side, little so on Portland, Maine, and all the way to 55 on the northbound side, so in Southern Quebec. Peter Childu's time is 5:10. Time now for a weather report. And like my rain down around Bristol County and down to central Massachusetts and the west area of Boston and line of Motorhead bands rain, stretching line from Laconia, New Hampshire, all the way down to Bridgeport, Connecticut. Heaviest band from Springfield all the way down to Keene, New Hampshire, and Springfield, Vermont, and West Chicago, New Hampshire. So the Norton Town Hall scheduled for tomorrow. My best bet, it will have to be moved to next Saturday, but we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. Okay. Low pressure forms and tracks just southeast of Nantucket Lake tonight and early Saturday morning, bringing more rain to southern New England with locally heavy downpours and isolated thunderstorms. The rain exits early Saturday morning, followed by dry weather and gusty northwest winds as a low track in the maritime Saturday afternoon. High pressure builds Saturday night and Sunday, providing dry, tranquil, and cool weather. Mostly dry and quiet weather continues Sunday to Thursday with temperatures trending upward. Cold front continues to sack upward with its 4 p.m. position. Now, Taunton, Plymouth, Providence, and will continue to slowly bleed southeast chilly walk in the cool sector with a temperature 50s across Connecticut and northwest Rhode Island and northern Massachusetts. Meanwhile, temperature warm air on the upper 60s to low 70s, along with the dew points to the low mid 60s, and most of the rain in this cool sector across western Massachusetts in response to the strong middle-level F-Gen being the main force in the Mechanical system, and also send us more of a cool season precipitation event as the main short wave stream over the eastern Great Lakes. The northward force and ascent will weaken over the southern New England, and we'll see a downward trend and the wind falls intensity this evening. And however, the strong short wave exits our Tennessee Valley runs the base of the trough. The trough takes on a negative tilt, and it goes to front the wave off the Mid-Atlantic coast over that. And this short wave is also carried by a 160 knots up a jet streak, and that's very strong force in ascent over Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut after midnight, and this will be resulting in a noon area of rain overspread in the region later in the night. Cold temperatures aloft will approach a negative tilt drill will steam in mid-level lapse rates, and this will be increased risk for embedded elevated convections, especially over Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts after midnight into early Saturday morning. That this will enhance rainfall potential as a result. Expected widespread 1-2 inch rainfall with low probability of isolated amounts up to 3 inches, and given mid-level throw remains open, progressive remaining 3-inch amounts will be isolated and spread over 12-18 hours. Therefore, other minor poor drainage urban flooding not expecting significant flooding. The theme here is beneficial rain for the region, and whereas chilly rains tonight with much of the precipitation falling into the cool sector at lows of the 40s, except for low 50s Cape Cod and Downs, given any delay of the cool sector. All right, forecast goes like this tonight. Showers of thunderstorms possible after midnight. Some storms produce heavy rain. Petrobras after 1 a.m. Low 44 degrees. North wind about 6. Chest rate 9%. And new rain amounts between 3/4 to 1 inch possible. Saturday showers rain before 8 a.m. Petrobras before 9 a.m. wise. Clear sky will have at 56 degrees. Northwest about 10 to 13 miles an hour with gust size 26 miles per hour. Chest rate is 8%. New percent between 10 from coordinates possible for Saturday night. Clear sky with 34 degrees. Light west wind. Sunday, sun sky at 62, low 42 degrees, coming in southeast round 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. From Monday, partly sun sky at 63, low 47 degrees, light variable wind. Tuesday, partly sun sky at 68, low 50 degrees, coming south round 6 miles per hour in the morning. Wednesday, partly sun skies have at 66, low 51 degrees, coming south round 6 miles per hour in the afternoon. For Thursday, mostly sun sky at 68, low 50 degrees, coming west round 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. And for Friday, mostly sun sky at 68 degrees. Currently in Norton, it's light rain at 62 degrees. That's giving me for the Peter Tell 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, October 16th, 2020. I'm Peter J. Wiggins, and I hope you have a good evening with a good attitude. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. I will see you at 10 o'clock for a 10 o'clock report. Hope you have a good evening.